The last caller said, "Oh, that the two previous callers they said, oh, that why would you go and invade?" The reason for invasion, everybody knows it. If you have stood up from the beginning and say, "Oh, okay, these people are not going to join NATO," you come out openly that you will not join NATO, like the way they came up openly and said the Turkish will not be part of EU.
That's right.
There would have been peace. But there's something that people try. They try to do that never trying at all. What they did was to try to do to see if they can bully Ukraine into being part of NATO. Because if Ukraine becomes part of NATO, they can now walk freely into Ukraine.
Exactly, and do whatever they want.
They want to do.
Under the name of Ukraine is a sovereign country. It's a free country.
Yeah.
What have you?
Yeah.
I get it.
But did you ask yourself one question? That the reason United States of America is strong the way they are, the 50 states has been the 50 states from time memorial, no breakage. Do you think if one of the states accept that, say, okay, the civil war they have in this country was it not because of one people said they want to break away, they want to stay on their own?
They want to break up.
They said no. Then probably you succeeded in breaking another person, and that person find out that in breaking us, you make us weaker. And they're trying to annex what that is there. They will not come up and show us the document
they won't.
That was signed for that break. They won't. Like what happened, like the last caller said, that look at Chinese Taipei, that this and this. But did you see the document? The document reads that at a certain point of time, after a very long while, I can't remember the number of years, and that number of years, from what I learned last year, from what I made my research, for that number of years, it remains about either 15 or 19 years for the Chinese to get back the whole of Taiwan, Hong Kong, and bring everybody back together into one fold.
Yeah.
So what did they do? They tried sponsoring issues so that they would say the Taiwan and the Hong Kong, they would stay on their own to become a sovereign state. But there was an agreement that was written. You didn't follow that agreement. So that was the reason that those things couldn't happen. We weren't surprised because all those things because of to take over the Chinese sea. The Chinese sea extends to Australia. Early this year, you saw what happened. Australia was standing up against China. But I used to tell people that we are the dumbest people on the face of the earth, the Africans. Because everything they do, everything is a gang up against Africa. We are the food basket of the world. Everything anybody in this world needs to succeed comes directly, not directly, directly from Africa. They succeeded in dividing us, breaking us. The whites, everybody knows that the West, what they love in their life is divide and rule.
That's right.
They break us down and break us down and break us down and break us down. I remember there was a time in my life, if you tell me that Nigeria should break, I will tell you Nigeria shouldn't break. The reason I say that was because I found out that divide and rule has killed Africa. They break us and break us and break us and break up until I now find out that the best thing for us is to break up Nigeria so that at the end of the day, we can start in our little way and see if we can unite Africa back again.
Building, connection again through respect, not by being forced together to be called one and away.
Exactly. By the time we build ourselves in our own esteemed character, then we can become a united Africa. Because all these things they are doing, there was a memo that was written by a Secretary of State here in this country. And the Secretary of State, they said that if they allow Africa to escape, that the whole world will go hungry. The whole world will go hungry. So all these things they are doing, it is left for us that we Africans, especially we Nigerians, it is left for us to learn a clue from what is happening. Nobody's going to fight this thing for us.
No.
Yoruba Nation, Biafra. Nobody's going to fight it for us except we decide on our own to fight it ourselves.
That's right.
People are just talking about Ukraine. They talked about Afghanistan. The whole world was talking about Afghanistan. The whole of their TV, everything was there. They talk about Ukraine now. The whole of their TV is there.
But what is happening Ukraine?
In those, yes, but what is happening in those countries is not even up to 30% of what happens in Nigeria. And
Sadly.
Nobody's talking about Nigeria because they don't want Africa free. People don't understand it. People need to understand this message. This message is not about because of I'm an African, I'm an European, I'm an American. This is a question of killing the destiny of a particular people to the detriment of the whole world. And let nobody come here and start telling me that why would you go into another person's border? They are taking care of their business, and we are not taking care of our business. They are using us to take care of their own business. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Osita. That's a outpouring one there. And I think Igboho, my brother is back. I don't know what happened to your network. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, great.
Yes, I can hear you, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Igboho is back. So
yes.
You've got another 2 minutes. You can use that wisely, Prof. Go on.
Okay, all right. Thank God for that, because most of Africans now are beginning to learn it the hard way. You understand? Wherever you see UK, US, and France standing together, there is evil going on. There is evil going on whenever UK, US, and France stand together. That is a fact. Do you understand? I want to tell you one thing.
Tell them.
These people are talking about sovereignty of these people and the other people. When Britain and France shared out Cameroonian and the Nigerian part, did they make any consultation? When they put some Yorubas in Benin Republic, was there any referendum?
No.
What is happening in Russia and Ukraine today will happen tomorrow in Nigeria, a place called Nigeria. You know that so there are some Igbo people in Benue State now. When they begin to agitate that they want to go back to their motherland, take us back to where we come from, you will call them rebels. Do you know that there are Igbo people in Kogi State, indigenous, not business people, indigenous people, Igbo people in Kogi State. When they will be crying, we want to go back, take us back to our motherland, you will call them rebels. When the Igbo upland came to, now we're going to go and rescue them, you say they declared war. You don't take people to a place without referendum, without their consent. It will happen. It might not be today, but it will definitely happen. I thank God Africans are beginning to wake up to see the reality. You see what happened in Mali. They asked.
Go on.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So whatever is happening between Russia and America is a tussle of power, and let them dig it out. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Igboho, for that a quick add-on, okay? Yeah. And thanks so much for calling back as well. Thank you. So let me take this call as well. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Mayugu. Hello.
Elder.
Well done.
So, good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Well done. Yes. Yeah, I'm happy I'm able to contribute to this program tonight.
Thank you, sir.
So, because it happened when I was doing my project at the university. Okay. So that's it happened to be what is happening within Ukraine now, and Russia and the rest of the world. You know, let me tell you the reality. Let me put it straightforward to people. Many people have contributed, but the truth of the matter is this: Russia will be hurt. Okay, they will be hurt, and they will hit them too hard. All right. Now, when I was doing my research about American power, America, if you draw pie charts, and cut it into three, the money in the world, America alone have 2/3. The military, they have 2/3. I'm not talking about number, the quality. When you're talking about science and engineering, Why the rest? Why some countries are powerful than the rest is just because of the science and engineering. Okay, so now America have to thought of that one again. Just of recent, I was watching BBC, a program of BBC. They were discussing American power as well. So I was very interested to watch it. So now they now say European. They now trying to compare European Union power, like Britain, France, Germany, Italy, all of them together, Spain, all those power. They combine them together for them to catch up with the American power. It's going to take them another 120 years.
America won't stay the same for those years too.
See, Mayegu, listen to me. Listen to me. You know, I know many people are hugging. There are a lot of things that is very opaque to me. When you look at, for example, that you hold your phone now, the phone you hold in your hand, you see made in China or made in India. You understand? All right? The truth of the matter is that, that's right. So who holds that computer in your front? Who holds it? But when you look at the back, you see made in China or made in India. The computer is only hosted by America. All the computers in the world today hosted by America because there are three things in every gadget that made up of computer, which is the operating system, arithmetic logic units, and the processor. No one in the world, I repeat, no one in the world. I don't study it in Nigeria. I study my computer science in Europe. Okay, so I understand what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is that power, even when you are talking about the intelligence, everything that is going on in Russia today, even up to the presidency level, America knows everything. We got about 30 root servers in the world, 40 root servers in the world. That 40 root servers, what it does is that every information we are making in the world today, let's say you call your brother in Nigeria, I call my sister in Japan, I call that one call his uncle in Jamaica. What happened is that 14 root servers is going to collect all the information. All right. One of that server is in London. One in Stockholm, in Norway, or Sweden. Sorry, and one in Japan, in Tokyo. The rest are in America.
Yes, I want to know why. Yes? I want to know where you want this to be, because what you were describing earlier was that Russia will be hot when America comes. I don't want us to go into all of that because of our time. Please, please.
Yes. Okay.
So you said Russia will be hot if they come for them. I want to learn about that. You know.
Yeah, the reason why they will come. The reason why they will come for them. The reason why they will come for this. You see, the lesson that the African country need to learn what is with Russia is this. You remember when USSR was there, they are very powerful. What destroyed them? Corruptions. Do you know that in the last 20 years to 28 years, the money that all these billionaire oligarchy cabal in Russia taking out of that country is more than 1.5 trillion. Where do they save the money? They save it in London, in America, and so on. And you can see how they are sanctioning them. For example, now, if Russia can put that trillions of dollars into research to buy the scientists and the best brain in the world,
right?
Now they won't be a baby now. They are baby now. Can't you see what they sanction them now? By the time they hold out that sanction, you watch them in the next 6 months with all those sanctions they are giving them. So that's the lesson that African leaders need to learn. A country is not supposed to be running by the way they run what do you call it, Russia. And anybody that said the burden of America or Britain is too much, go under the body of Russia. Then you are under hell. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elder. I mean, we'll watch out because myself, I didn't know initially. I've never known how their sanction work until when they extended the sanction onto billionaires who they considered as beneficiaries of Russian government or direct beneficiary with Putin. So talking about sanction again, let me take another call. Hello there.
Good evening. How are you?
Princess, hello, ma. Good evening.
Good evening, Baba. How are you doing?
I am very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Thank you, ma. So
Okay.
everybody can hear you too.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, you asked the question that if you are a Nigerian and you're in Ukraine,
or even if you are not even
back
there, what would be your advice for somebody in Ukraine right now if they give them a plane to come back home?
You look for a safe haven and go there. Look for where you stay and coming to Nigeria won't even be on the list. But what I feel about the Ukrainian crisis with Russia is that it is not about Ukraine, Marigo. It is about Germany.
Wow.
In particular, a pipeline that connects Germany to Russia called Nord Stream 2. You know, Washington sees this pipeline as a threat to its primacy in Europe, and has tried to sabotage this thing for so long, the project for so long. Even so,
Yep.
That Nord Stream has been pushed ahead and is now fully operational and ready to go. Once German regulators provide the final certification, the gas delivery will begin. German homeowners and businesses will have a reliable source of clean and inexpensive energy. Like Clement said earlier, the energy is so expensive and all, you know. And if they are able to do this, it will significantly boost Russian revenue. It is a win-win for Germany and Russia. So the UN foreign policy establishment is not happy about this development. They don't want Germany to become more dependent on Russian gas because commerce builds trust, and trust leads to expansion of trade.
That's right.
As relations.
Sorry, probably there is, I don't know, somebody probably called the princess number and they've truncated the call or somehow interrupted it. So she's still on the line, but she's not talking.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I think, is that network or a call came to your phone, ma?
No, I think it is network.
It is, okay, good. Continue, ma. You are talking about the German,
So I believe the travel, I believe travel and tourism will increase. A new security architecture will evolve. And in a world where Germany and Russia are friends and trading partners, there is no need for U.S. military bases. No need for expensive U.S.-made weapons and missile systems. No need for NATO. There won't be need for it. There are also needs to transact energy deal. There won't be also need, There won't be need to transact energy deal in US dollar. So it is about survival for the America, for the United States. It is about survival, nothing more.
What is it to Russia then? Because it is Russia that is bombing now. People have not started fighting Russia. You know, people have not started fighting Russia now. Because once they start, if they ever do that, right, they will have to start bombing Russia too. Like it happened during the Second World War. Is that not what will happen? Because what's the interest of... Yeah, go on.
That's where Ukraine comes into the picture. Ukraine is Washington's weapon of choice. Do you understand?
I'm with you.
For putting that Nord Stream, and putting a wedge between Germany and Russia. The strategy is taken from page 1 of the U.S. Foreign Policy Handbook. You know, divide and rule. It is what it is. Washington needs to create perception that Russia poses a security threat to Europe and the entire world. That's the goal. They need to show that Putin is bloodthirsty, aggressor, you know, can trigger his temper and all that. You know, they'll just paint Putin the new Hitler. They are going to use their media to do that. They will focus on Putin to an extent that they will so paint him evil that the whole world will start seeing him differently. But it is all about survival. You know, the American dollar that was created as debt years ago. You know, I think people should learn more about money. When people learn more about money, then they can come out and see. Maegu, this is a platform I love so much. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
When people learn about money, then people will start thinking. My 8-year-old in the house, knows that money was made from tree, you know, cutting down of trees, and they just print one stupid glossy paper and they start making it exchange for what not. What is America doing in Syria? We're going to sanction America in Syria at the moment. And they are still stealing there.
And Saudi Arabia is also still in the on the side, though, non-related.
What power? Now we day here. Awala mi she ole ni. Owo lawon eyan wa ti ko ole.
Kabiyesi.
Abi to ba ko na to mo lon ko lo.
America ni. The West, you know.
So it is what it is, Baba. It is about survival. The only way left for the US diplomats is to block European purchases of goods to Russia or anything. If not, past glory, Loma Padalu. Yeah, Bobokini, it has been there for the past 75 years.
Some said that once they turn off the gas supply, the oil and everything, it won't take 2 months for those countries in Europe, right, everybody to start screaming out, say, oh boy, we don't send you go war, everybody, the streets everywhere will start packing up now, because if I have to buy a liter of fuel for £5.
So the whole production is being orchestrated with one goal in mind, to make it politically impossible for German chancellor, the Olaf, whatever, you know, to waive Nord Stream to the final approval. It is just what it is.
Thank you.
No. Thank you, Maego. Good night, Baba.
Thank you so much, Ma. Let me take another one. I have another person on the line. Hello. Let me get new thing again. Hello.
Hello, Maego.
Hello,
good evening. Well, I'm very happy that I can call you. And I'm very happy I'm calling in after Princess.
So you have somebody who is already gingering you before you also come in. So it's a win-win for you, Baba. Yes. Go for it.
Yeah, Maego, you see, I think JJ was saying some very vital history. And the truth is, if people don't learn from history, they will be falling into the same, they will be moving around the circle. And unfortunately, we are those people in question. JJ made mention of something which is very important, and I will further elaborate on it.
Please.
You see, when the European countries were formed, America and England, East England were, and also the Russian Federation, the former Soviet Union. These European countries were formed on two Christian ideologies, the Roman Catholic and the what was this?
What have you?
No, the Roman Catholic. You know, the Roman Catholic later, because of the English,
that's when Anglican came in.
Anglican came in. But in the East, they had the
they don't call them Coptic, something Coptic, something like that.
Yeah, but it has a name. I will remember when I'm talking. Don't worry. So it has, over the centuries, formed their ideology. Now, because it has formed their ideology, you find out that the way their leaders will be thinking is different. Now came Russia, then, the breakaway of the former Roman Empire and the Roman Catholic dominated area. Now we have France, we have Portugal, we have what we now have as the NATO members. So when they break up the Soviet Union, when a border is formed, at the rear of the border, you have people who will be having swaying opinion towards the former empire. We have some people who sway towards the EU. We have some people who wanted to stay with Russia. Now we have Belarus. We have all those Russian alliance. But they had a verbal agreement that, okay, there will not be military expansion towards our own border. That's Russia.
That's right.
What is happening in Russia today is actually what's happening in Nigeria. We have some of our Yoruba brothers who are in the Republic of Benin. Now, we have the Fon people in the Republic of Benin. Let's now hear that the Fon people are killing the Yorubas in the Republic of Benin. My God, as a Yoruba man, will you be happy?
No, never.
The same thing happening in Russia today. You see that region of Donetsk and the other place, and Crimea, they are Russians. But they are minority, the word minority in Ukraine. Now, Ukraine passed
when they are drawing the map, they caught them as part of Ukraine.
Exactly. Now, when Ukraine have passed the law that does not recognize Russian as an official language in Ukraine, they removed their people from Russian, from Ukrainian payroll, and they banned their language from Ukraine, using it as an official language for transaction.
That's right.
The same way, we cannot use Yoruba as an official language in Nigeria, fooling ourselves, talking about English. Now, Putin said, if that's the case, you people, I'll give you your independence. And that was what he did. But he now say, okay, these people that have also inflicted injury on you, I'm going to go after them. And that agreement, they don't want to come to the table to
that
sign.
Agreement they think they can break.
Yes.
Then if they can break the agreement with you, right, and break the agreement with us, then this time around they will pay. I get you. Go on.
Okay. Let us scatter everything. And this is exactly what's happening. You see, because Germany has learned from history, Germany said, we are not going to join you. The only thing we only said helmets for you. Imagine. France, who is the world power, kept mute. Italy, that also had a history with Russia too, kept mute because they understand that the ideologies they have as a country and as people are different. When Boris Johnson was talking about this thing in the parliament, do you know what he said? He said Anglo-Saxon and Slav alignment. It means that when books come to shove, everybody know in Papa house.
That's right.
He did not use British, so he said Anglo-Saxons and Anglo-Slavs alignment. So it means they all went back to the base.
The base from the start.
So the only problem we as Africans have is we need to understand how these people think when it comes to creation of countries and what they mean by country. England only has one language.
That's right.
English. The Scottish they have their own language. The West to have.
You are right, though, because here in the UK, Scottish people, we have a Gaelic. That's the language they speak here in Scotland. And it is because of this they are Yede. That's why Scotland said, no, we don't want to be part of the UK. We want to stay on our own. The Welsh also feel like, yes, we are part of the UK, but we don't want to be part. We can stay on our own because we speak Welsh. So I'm with you. And same with the Irish as well. They have their own language too. Until I got here, you would just say the whole Great Britain and English then be. No.
They don't be at all. Now, in Switzerland, Switzerland has at least two official languages. French, Dutch. Belgium too has two official languages, French, Dutch. Germany, that we normally talk Germany, there is a part of Germany that recognizes French as an official language, Freiburg. So it means that at every point where they have their own natives, they recognize their official languages as their language. But now in Africa, you and I, that we are Yoruba man, we are speaking English. And we see our Beninois Yorubas as Beninois. We are not seeing them as part of Yoruba. For the good of everything, we may say the Fulanis are this, the Fulani are that. Hello, everywhere the Fulani see themselves, they are Fulanis. They don't bloody care about who you are. Say, either they will move from Nigeria to Cameroon, from Cameroon to Mali to Mauritania.
One country, everything.
Not to concern them. We are the ones that are deceiving ourselves, saying that one country or no country. And that's why for me, as a person, 100% I support Yoruba nation.
God bless you.
As long as there is difference in languages, there will be difference in ideologies, and there will be difference in the way we do things. And that's why, that is the formation of this Britain we are. Some tribes have to leave France because they are English. Then they have to trade these tribes together so that there will not be problems.
Yes.
So what's happening in Ukraine today, though I don't support the two sides, one thing is sure in life, when languages are different,
there is bound to be crisis. Thank you so much.
That's what's happening.
Let me take my last call. It's been a long night, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. Okay, you have a good one, Baba. Thank you so much. So I'm taking my last call, and I'm going to. Well, we're supposed to be raising money. By the way, I don't even know why we got so dipped into this anyway. But I'm enjoying it. Oh, I'm learning new things, and I know so many people also who are watching are enjoying this, and they are learning new things too. So I have my last call on the line. Hello.
Maikum General.
Salam alaikum.
Ya aiki. Lafiya kalau ya gajiya.
Ya mata.
Mata lafiya kalau ya yaro.
Lafiya ko, lafiya lao, lafiya lao. Thank you, Baba. Not like that. So it's so straightforward that way. I didn't miss much. But if you start asking me now that, how are you feeling? That's a long one. Though. How are you,
Ahmed?
Very
cool. I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
I never had the intention of calling, but
You know one thing, Ahmed, I didn't even know that my viewers have this knowledge of this international politics. This must see me, they nod. They agree to everybody, even though they are disagreeing, but I'm agreeing with everybody that is disagreeing, and you know what I mean? Because I'm learning.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, honestly. That is the case. We could read whatever we want to read. We could make research, but the most important thing is when we make research, then we check out what is happening. Then we can compare and contrast. Then that's where we're going to get the insight of what is going on. Somehow we might not know it all, but we might have an idea. Okay, this is what is going on.
That's right.
And which is
good. Knowing something about everything. You don't need to know everything, but just know something.
Yeah, you don't need to know everything.
And
you
then,
don't need to. Yeah. So that is why, when I tell people back in Nigeria, I say, you see, you guys need to go back and start reading about the history of how Nigeria was created. When you read the history, we know, someone wrote the history. Probably they've missed one or two lines or something. At least if you read, you will understand. Then you can now compare with what is going on right at the moment.
That's right.
Then you would understand where we stand. You will understand the problem we are facing. Princess was talking, and people is like, you don't know what to say. She doesn't have to know what. But there's one thing I like about her. She wouldn't say it the way you want, but she will say the fact. Yes. She will just go the fact. She's saying the fact. So if you know it, you don't need to start coming and say, cut this color. That is disrespect to people.
We are used to that. I don't even read their comment at that point.
Man, forget it. The way people behave, all this Russia, this is where Africans need to sit down and realize and check and see how this, would I say, white people, you know, commander be disrespectful. But let me say Europeans and the people that call the colonial master. Commander will say disrespectful. This is where the black people need to watch and see that we are being used. She Oliwa Okpeni as black people, Shamo Kota and Sheni, Biafrans Oduduwas want to go. Nobody is supporting it. But today, look at it. A breakaway region in Ukraine. The US are there. UN are there. They are saying they don't support it, but Russia is standing with it. And as time goes on, they will definitely come back. If it stands that way, support one. Go, come. Support when everything is done, die down. They will come back and support them. But we did here, we go kill ourselves, do everything. And still the resources where they use do all this madness. Most of the resources, they come our place, come steal them. Hey, we know get me a big kilamatic bay. Black people, like that's why I love Nnamdi Kanu when he speaks. Say black people, why is it that black people are so dumb? Like the way he speaks, I love the way he speaks. He knows that black people were Neopolo. Anybody talk about what are we black people? We are brilliant. Neopolo to some extent. We go say we are blaming. For how long are we going to be blaming the white people for our own problem? For how long? For how long? We have people that are coming out to stand up to fight, but instead we are against them. The same criminals that have caused us all these things we are facing. We still believe them that some people are trying to break Nigeria, some people are trying to cause problems in Nigeria after the ones they have caused or they have created. Which people are trying to break Nigeria or cause problems in Nigeria? This is a lesson for all black people to understand. The day black people in Africa are liberated, all over the world, anywhere, black people in America here will be liberated.
That's right.
They know it. They know that. That is why Oma Diwamole ni àwa tó sì yẹ ká túra wa kalẹ̀ à ń bára wa jà. Ọjọ́ ọ̀la fẹ́ gbọ́n. Ọjọ́ ọ̀la fẹ́ gbọ́n.
Maybe we don't have our own Africa, Russia. Maybe if we had an Africa, that's what Nigeria should have been. If to see Nigeria was a real country.
You see, Mayegun, the time is coming. You see, the get one saying where they talk. They go say na small to the tier pine. Yeah, one day, all of them go run. Or nearly Cyrus, they no go run the race.
Someone's there.
Now small, they push people. Say people they hungry now everywhere. Ritualists, Kinikon everywhere. If they hurt, you go reach stage where we say nobody go fi handle am. Fear no put for any free for all. All those people where they feel say I am rich, Nime Kudini, or those kind of things. They big man, they enter motor. By the time they hold you, come out you for inside motor, begin beat you, you go understand. Say, more. We don't put these people reach somewhere. So we need to learn, because by the time our own nine go worse fast, because black people no get sense. Now their own man dikini, now our own nine go worse fast. It go worse.
It is. Thank you so much for chipping in. Because myself, I did my own ranting today. I don't know if you've seen it. I did my own ranting today. Oh boy,
I will watch it. I was just
vex. Go and see nice one, thank you so much. You have a good one, Cheers. So this is where we're going to draw the curtains. I would love to. Well, no, don't draw the curtains. Let's talk about our money. How much do we have? So if you check your screen, that's still what we have. 42% of our 50,000 pounds. But the good news is that generally, we have raised, if we had what we have in PayPal, if we add that to what we have on this screen, we can say, let me see. I don't like PayPal. If you leave them for too long, you just have to log in again and again. And if you leave it, not even for too long, if you leave it for 1 minute, 60 seconds, it's going to log out. So let me do the math. 3,000. Where is that again? 3,282 and 41 pence, right? So 3,282. Let's even say 3,300 pounds. Okay, let's use the round figure now. That's what we have on PayPal. So all of you, Obika, Luka, Zim, Jimo, Nigerians in diaspora for change. Oyeteju, Olabinjo, Folawewo, Adeoti, Jodun, Oluwasegun, Kolade, Oseni, Hassan. All of you, Kalu Okpara, Sunday Adeniji, Tajudin Bolaji, Abiodun Bello, Adenike Sule, Mojidin, Adebayo, Ade Computer, yeah, Abiola Oniko. The list is long. I'm sorry if I mentioned your name and you didn't want your name mentioned. Please pardon me. It's just to tell you that, these are those who have made our contribution on PayPal very, very unique. Now, let's say we have a 3,300 pounds there. Add that to what you have on your screen. That's going to make it 24,451 pounds minus 20 pounds, 31 pounds. So do the math. Let's do it. That's 24,431 pounds. So if you use my own calculation, which I have been using the same exchange rate for the past how many days? So I'm going to try it again. How much do we have? Please, if you are watching me and you want to add your own donation, right? If you are watching on Facebook, the link to open and donate is in the comments. On Facebook, I pinned it. You see that at the top of the comment or at the bottom of the comment, just open the link. If you are watching on YouTube, I pinned the link at the top of the comment section in the chat. Click it, open it, and make your own contribution. But let's use my calculator. So if you add 24,431 pounds, 24,431 pounds times 780 naira, that will give us 19 million. So we have 19 million naira and 56,000 naira and 180 naira. Sorry, it's 19 million, 56,000, 180 naira. That's just say over 19 million. I spoke to the lawyer today, and we have come to a place whereby I will be telling you the good news soon. There's a lot of good news going on behind this, but like I told you, I'm going to be telling you what you should know, when you should know them. And then what should be said by other people will be said by them. And this time around, it will be the lawyers and all that, okay? So here is the plan. We are going to have a final conclusion on the new team next week, Friday. So next week, Friday, we are going to know if this legal firm, this chamber, is going to take up our case. They know now that, you know what I mean? The chamber is... what do you call it? It's a radical Yoruba law firm. This law firm is also in sympathy with our own cause, Oloye Sunday Igboho, Yoruba Nation, the betrayal, the whole abuse, and the rest of that. It's so interesting. I don't have to say much to you, right? But it's so awful. And this firm also understand the fact that we need teams of lawyers, not just the lawyers alone. We also need to go public, real public. Igboho's case and all that should not just be heard in Nigeria. It should be on every television station in Benin Republic. We are going to go that far. We are also taking it further like that. I don't have to tell you all of that now. But by next week, Friday, if they agree to take the job in totality, I will come back here. If they agree, we are going to have a meeting that is also going to involve Oloye Sunday Igboho. So when all of that is sorted behind the scene, I will tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, we don't get the lawyers. You go soon know their names. So when they finish all what they have to do, and then, you know what I mean? We are going to mobilize them. I'm going to come back here to tell you how much are we mobilizing them with. I won't break it down. I won't go into much details, but trust me, I will keep the receipts. That is what I'll do best. Keep the receipts. So I have told the lawyers, I've told them that money is not going to be our problem, that if they can give us something the first 2-3 months in this whole case, it's not that we are hoping that it's going to be like 2-3 months. No, it can be longer than that. This is a fresher, so to say. But if the firm, if our team of lawyers can give us something, you know what I mean? Something substantial, they can always be rest assured. Money will never run out. That I can bet. And that I have been promised by my friends. So yeah, we can say we have 19 million. Remember that ordinarily we wanted to raise the 25 million primarily, yeah? So 25 million, that means we are just 6 million away from our target 25 million. But guess what? There is more we want to do. I told you, there's more we want to do. Some of them I won't tell you how they are going to be done, but you will begin to see a lot, right? In the whole drive towards this whole thing. We are putting our money where our mouth is. Guess what? If we get our 50,000 pounds, that means we are raising 39 million naira. By the time they remove the tax, by the time they remove these charges, that one and all of that, we can still be rest assured that this fundraiser, the moment we cross 50,000 pounds, all of you can go to bed and say that is over 37 million naira. Wherever ibitaba fi share jode, ibitaba fi 37 million naira for KCD, I tell you, even Nigeria will think we have spent 3.7 billion. Now, I've told them they shouldn't worry. They want to go and do all what they have to do about the case. And when they are ready, we are going to meet again next week, Friday. Hopefully, before then, we would have met our target, raise more money. So 42% of what we want to raise is where we are now. And I think I have friends who always do this, yeah? They always kind of feel like, oh, 150 pounds, I'm going to add something to it and make it a 200. So yeah, I should be raising fund today, but earlier today, what happened was that the website just shut down. They had the internal problem, right? Many of you were worried. What happened again? Our enemies have shut it down. No, they didn't. Okay. So from tomorrow, that's another one. From tomorrow, you see this 21,000 pounds you are looking at right now, some of the money will begin to come into my bank account. I told you there's a dedicated bank account for it. I get my own money, okay, and I actually get a very good of it. So, which means this doesn't come to me. It goes into an account that where we are going to be accessing it from. It's so easy and straightforward. So from tomorrow, this website, they are going to start releasing this money to me, okay? But they are not going to release it at once. Tomorrow, the 25th of February, they are going to release 3,944 pounds, 41 pence. Don't worry yourself. It doesn't matter if you want to be writing. No, don't worry. Eventually, Shebi, this is how much we raise. Yeah. And then when we begin to use that and utilize the fund, what you have to care about is that Mayegun shows the receipts and all of that. So we have done so well in the area of transparency. Area of trying to encourage people that this is possible, it is doable. All you have to do is that just get one or two people to agree with you, and then it is done. Now, so many of you are so proud that we have managed to do a lot in the area of transparency, raising this money. Another area that I want all of you to also please pay attention to very well is the area of disbursements. Okay, we also have to be very prudent with how we spend this. This money majorly is for legal support. And that is why the chunk of it is going to go into that. Some of this money will also go into some other things, helping the victims of the attack on Igboho. So this is being discussed with Igboho himself and those who are around him as we speak. And I told you, right? My own job is to raise this fund. Then at the same time, work with everyone that would love to be part of this to ensure that we put together a reliable team, both media and legal, right? But before any money is paid to anyone, because I will be the one to pay you, and I'm not going to pay anybody through any third party anymore, okay? Remember we said that we were going to get Ilanomo Odua involved, because Ilanomo Odua UK, right? We have them scout for the lawyers for us and the rest. So a lot of things happened behind the scene. That Ilanomo Odua, Ilanomo Odua UK, they are only going to be for just a consultant base. Like every one of us who are going to be talking about this, working together to make sure that whatever we have to do to help the team and the rest in Nigeria will do. Ba Shegun will be coming on to Mayegun's Diary Politico any moment from now. So whenever Bashegun showed up, we're going to talk about our legal approach towards defending Oloye Sunday Igboho. Ilanomo Odua, UK or Nigeria, they have no role to play in choosing the legal team that will represent Igboho as we are now approaching. We are no longer going to deal with any third party. We're no longer going to deal with, you know what I mean? But we are still going to be talking with so many people for their advice, for their guidance, for their contribution, things to help as long as they want to help. But when it comes to this legal stuff, right? It is going to be between between Mayegun, the legal team, and Oloye Sunday Igboho. I won't say more than that on that, okay? So we have decided that when we get to that stage, we will cross it. There are other witnesses behind the scene. I will choose not to mention their names just because I want you to ask me your question. I want you to face me. If you have any question, if you have any concern, if you have any objection, call my name. So that is why I won't be mentioning other people who are behind the scene, who are also witnesses to what we are doing to get this help. As fast as we can. I mean, you know what I mean? So thank you so much to every one of you who have shown so much support. The kind that has sort of spread like a wildfire across the land. Everybody is talking about this because we are doing so well. So if you are a Nigerian and you are somewhere you are in Ukraine right now, my own advice for you is this, okay? Despite the fact that we used tonight to learn a lot about the history, the connections, the possibilities, and the other things and all that about the Russia-Ukraine conflict, yeah? I want to give you this straightforward advice because this is the right thing to do. I don't know what Nigeria has for you. I can tell you this. There are so many people who are neighbors with Ukraine right now, who are offering so many help. Do not isolate yourself, okay? If people are moving, move with them. Don't lock yourself up in a bunker whereby when everyone is gone, you are left behind. There's a lot that can go wrong in the next few hours, in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks. So you should get out of that hiding. Don't hide anywhere. Join everybody moving out. Move with them. The help you need. Now, most of you can actually move to Poland and so many other neighboring countries. They know you are coming. Don't worry yourself that the visa you have is the visa of Ukraine, or the working visa you have there is that of the Ukraine. I don't know what to do again. This is a war. And during this crisis, just make sure that you go about with your valid documents, the one you can lay your hands on. If you have ID card, your passport, or anything at all, just make sure that you go about with them. So crucial and important. Your help will come your way as the whole thing goes on, and we hope that Nigeria will come through for you too. Don't bank on it. Look around. They said in the next couple of days, or maybe it's already happening, internet will be down in so many parts of the eastern Ukraine. It's going to go on and on and on like that. People don't know how long the Ukrainian soldiers or Ukrainian army can hold the Russians. You know what it is, as they say, in the law of the jungle, the mighty shall choke the weak. My brothers and sisters, don't form hero. Ask me, go out there, join those who are, moving for help. And then I wish you all the best. Okay. Thank you so much to every one of you tonight. Remember, if you are looking for that link where you can make a contribution, you know what I mean? Please open the link and do just that. Like the video if you haven't really done that. I'm going to see you some other time. Yes, I know some people are already telling you that waiting to go find for Ukraine. That is the kind of a mental problem that is indeed ravaging Nigeria as we speak. They don't get empathy. They don't get sympathy. You get what I mean now? They don't get joy. Nigeria has destroyed so many of them. So if you are reading their comments, you're just going to be hurting yourself. Don't read their comments. The lunatic and the lunacy in many of them, they are caused by Nigeria. And when they see other people suffer, that is when they feel happy. Okay? So it's up to you. Help yourself, and then may God help you. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you some other time. Good night.